board real quick. Hey there, John. Good morning. So all I'm doing is forwarding the link. So let me show you real quick. Actually, I'll share my screen. So when I'm in Zoom, I mean, if you have a Zoom account, I don't know if it'll show me, but you have a Zoom link in your account for Zoom, and I bought the domain at GoDaddy, so I'll log into GoDaddy real quick. And
I have a domain from GoDaddy already.
Okay, so all you need to do is go in there to that domain that you have. I'll show you real quick as soon as I log me in. Come on.
Take your time.
Yeah, I don't know why it's taking forever to log in.
Probably you have a lot of things running in the background.
No, I don't think it's, well, it might be because we're on Zoom.
Could be.
But anyways, when you're in there, we'll wait, see if it loads here in a minute. But when you're, there we go. When you're inside, if you go to your products, and let's see here. So here's all my domains. Here's actually, I'll find that domain that we're talking about. Show more. So here it is, right? So if you go to the domain and you hit manage, and you're going to go down here. Let's see, they've changed this a little bit. You're going to go to manage DNS. And then all you're going to do here is see where it says forwarding. That's where if I edit it, see, this is the Zoom link right here that I took out of my Zoom account. So all I'm doing is forwarding it to the Zoom account. So when you go to this domain, it forwards it automatically to this to the Zoom link.
Oh, okay.
So like, for instance, I have like my KVcore website is jamesforhomes.com. I have forwarded and it goes to the front end of my website. So when I'm marketing, you know, if on my cards, on my signs, any print marketing, anywhere I want to market to my website, I'm marketing jamesforhomes.com. I'm not marketing jamescottrell.exprealty.com. I'm marketing my own domain.
Oh, that's great to know.
And then it just forwards. So yeah, I mean, this is the domain. Now you need to forward it without masking. So if you go here to forwarding, if you click add forwarding, it'll ask forward with masking. You don't want that on your KVcore website, because what happens is if you mask it, see the domain here in the toolbar, and then watch if I hit the sell button. See the domain stays the same. Now it says /sell.php. Those are the subdomains under that domain. So basically they're different pages of the website. If you forward it with masking, none of that will work. So why I'm doing that is because all I want them to do is forward it to the website. Now you can purchase a domain for your KVcore. And if you go into the marketplace, let me go here. This is what this does when you add a vanity domain add-on. What happens is if I had James for Homes, instead of, let me go back here. See how it says, if I delete the .sell, if I delete that, it's going to take them to the main page of my website. Are you seeing that? jamescottrell.exprealty.com.
Yes.
And then if I hit sell, it's going to add the sell.php to take them to this page. And as I go through, if I type in your agent, it's going to have a different subdomains. So what if this vanity domain does is I could pick jamesforhomes.com And then it would have those subdomains underneath as well. So I could add those to that. But this is a small fee. Let's see here. It is $11 a month. So I could have where it would say jamesforhomes.com, and that would be the masking portion. Does that make sense?
Yes. So if we have it from, if I already have my domain name from GoDaddy, then I don't need.
So if you just want it forwarded, right? You absolutely don't need anything. You can use, you can forward. Yeah. So basically, you'll go to your website and find the front end of it. You know what you're doing, and actually, here's where you find that. Go up to your name in the top right. Click on that. That's your domain website.
Okay.
So all you need to do is copy that and then go into GoDaddy and forward that to the domain.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey James, is there an issue with masking it on GoDaddy?
Yeah. So if you mask it, it won't. The subdomains won't work like your other pages, because it's only going to send them to this main page. So like, see how under you have a sell page, and then like you have the listings and join EXP, all of these subdomains underneath there won't function.
Okay, that's right.
Because you won't be able to see them.
Got it.
So that's why you can't mask it when you're just forwarding it. If you wanted to utilize your domain and have those subdomains function properly, then that's where you would pay for this vanity domain add-on. And then they'll actually go in and make sure the subdomains work with that domain. So like for instance, my domain that I forward is jamesforhomes.com. But if hang on real quick, guys, somebody's coming in my backyard and my dogs are out there.
No problem.
Give me a second.
Yeah, Sharon, that's the issue I've been having is my I've forwarded, but I forwarded with masking. So it goes to my domain. I was trying to figure out why my other links, I couldn't find the actual links for like sell your home. I couldn't find it on my website to send that over to someone, but that's why. I'm just figuring that out.
Okay, I just got that domain, and it's been a while, and I'm thinking that maybe instead of redo that, I'll just forward it to my KVcore page.
Yeah, just forward it, but don't mask it, is what James was saying.
Sorry about that, guys. My pool guy's in there, and I got a crazy dog out there that likes to bark at it. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so
I have a question. This is Rosa. Hey, you guys. So I was paying attention in regards to the doing the domains and everything with the. So if you, let's say that, I guess since part of the Bob and Robert team and everything, if I wanted to do like, since we have like Zudilio and the offers platform, that we won't be able to have that in the EXP website. Because if I have, go ahead.
Attached to your KVcore website?
Yes. So like if I have I have those domains that are like, you know, for the offers platform, online offer platform. I do have the what is it called? I think mine says barnesoffers.com or something, like online offers. So I would I be able to connect that, but without masking? Because I know you say if you mask it, it doesn't work properly.
You could, that's a great question. You could potentially put a drop down here, and then it would
You're not
take
showing
them.
We're not sharing your screen.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
You could potentially, I'd have to look into that, but I believe it would be possible. But I'd have to do a little bit of research on that. Let me share my screen. So what may be possible, and I mean, it is possible, because I actually I would just have to re-engineer it. So it would be like this. I created this drop down here. This takes them to my KCM blog. So you could essentially do the same thing. You would just create a tab up top that would take them to the Zoodealio site or the online offers platform.
Yeah. How do do you know where we go in the back end on KVcore to get that, James?
I do. It's been a long time since I did that, but you're going to go to your website manager, and let me find out where actually you're going to go to, I believe, site content. And then you're going to see these custom pages here.
So you went to website. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple ways to get there. If you're in the dashboard, you can go to all the way down. There's this website manager here. And then I believe if you go to your profile and you go to, may not be in here. I think you go to settings. No, that's for call creation.
I think it used to be in this section.
Websites. Yeah, this is the easiest way to get there. Is if you just scroll on the left-hand side and go to the website manager, you're going to go to website content. And then right here where it says custom pages, you would just add a new page. And let's see how I did mine, because mine is Awesome RE blog. So here, this is exactly how you do it. So you'd go there and create a page, and we'll just create one. We'll just say Zoodealio as an example. I can select a category. So this is where it's going to place it in these sections here. And I would just kind of play around with that. And, you know, you can't really mess it up. You can just go in and can further edit it. So or you can create a new category. Now, creating a new category is going to create one of these new, this part here is going to create a new category, a new dropdown. If you select this, it's going to give you the ability to put that link into one of these dropdowns that's already here. So for instance, like your agent, I could add here, I could go into, where is your agent? Anyhow, that's where you would create a new category, or you would place it under the heading that you already have. And then you would just simply go here and paste that link of your Zoodealio website or your online offer site here, and that would create a new page. So it would actually be on your website. That's a great point. You may certainly want to do that. And if you want to do it live, we can, if you want to share your screen and you know your URL, we could play around with that right now if you'd like.
Okay, so if in the URL, okay, I don't know, because I don't know. So I would go and get the URL from GoDaddy and place it over into the KVcore.
No, you'd actually get it from the native domain of whatever your Zoodealio site is, or your online offer site. Do you want to share your screen and we can kind of walk through it in real time?
Sure.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to unshare me. I may need to make you, I'm going to make you a co-host, and you should be able to share your screen now.
Okay.
If you click on the bottom where it says share screen, and then just share your screen.
Okay, hold on. Right here. Okay, so can you guys see the screen?
I can see your screen. So go to either your Zoodealio site or your online offer site, either one of them. Okay, so that domain now that may be the back end of your site.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I gotta go get the password. Yeah, this is the back end of it. Do I need to go to the back end or to the front?
You need to go to the front end of the website, like where, I mean, because you want the consumers to see that.
Okay.
So you want to go to where what the consumer would see.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's see. let's- yeah.
So
this is
that's
it.
what you want there.
Yeah, this is the okay.
That's the page. So, okay, so now open up, go to your KVcore tab, or actually copy that domain out of there.
All right, now I need to figure out how to move these things so I can see the domain. Oh, here we go. All right. KVcore and
Go to website content.
oh, right here. Okay.
Yep. And then you're going to go up to where it says site content. Below the web, where it says website managers, go down to where it says custom pages.
Okay.
And then go click create new page. The little green button with the
Oh, hold on, because I
plus
can't
bar.
see. Hold
Yeah,
on.
the cameras are in the way. Sometimes.
Yes. Everything is in the way. Minimize. Okay, here we go. Oh, new page. Okay.
So you're going to title it whatever you want to title it. If you want to do Barnes cash offers, you could do that. You could type it. You could paste in the domain there as well if you wanted that to be the name of it. And then see what you have on the drop down menu, if there is anything available. So you don't have any custom pages right now. So you're going to create a new category, and you could again just put cash offers or Barnes cash offers. That's what you're going to name, if that's what you're going to name it. And then
well, it just needs to be, I can be Barnes cash offers, or I can just leave it as cash offers.
Either way, it's your title, so you can have it however you'd like.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it as cash offers. Okay.
And then just scroll to the bottom, actually right there where it says URL, and then paste that URL in there. There you go. And then go down and just hit add to child sites. Yes, just hit save. Now, if you go up to your website, yeah, there you go. We should see that on your page now. See about in resources or other. That's interesting. I may have to do a little bit of research. It's been so long since I've done mine. It may take a short amount of time as well for it to populate.
Does it matter? I have a question. Does it matter which, because I have two sites with KVcore, I guess, because I have one that is only for, it has the FMLS, and then I also have one because in Georgia, we have, in the metro area, we have two MLSs.
Two MLSs, but so you have two different websites, one for each. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do I know which one? Yeah, how do I know which one went to where if I did this?
That's a great question. You'll have to reach out to tech because I'm in California where I only have one MLS.
Okay.
Do you have two? How do you get to your other site?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It is
because that's your main one. That's your main one that you have hooked up to KVcore. I would have to see. Do you have a domain for the other one? Or do you know what the URL is?
It's supposed to be, I saw it on this right here.
So are you paying for an additional?
Yes, because when it got set up, I really wanted it to be the Georgia MLS because I'm on the south end of the Atlanta area. So on the south end, we use Georgia MLS more than anything than FMLS.
Got it.
So that's kind of how I end up doing it because I was going back and forth. So here it is. So it says that one is this is the one that is the main one, I believe. And then this is going to be the secondary one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if the updates that you make to this main site, if it transposes to both, or if you have to make the edit to both site, but you can see the pages what was added. It may take some time before it populates on the front end of
Okay.
your website.
Okay.
But you can, if you scroll up, you can see the page was added. If you
Oh, go
go
back over.
to, yeah, if you go back to websites there, and you can see if you click on the custom pages there you go. You can see that it's there.
Okay.
So it just may take a short amount of time because you are adding code to the website. So it may take a short amount of time to update. If you don't see that on their website, then that's where I would go to that chat in the bottom right. And I would take a screenshot of this or shoot a quick video if you use Loom and post it in there and say, why am I not seeing this on my site? Because it's here as a custom page. So
yeah, they're pretty good. I actually do use the chat quite often.
yeah,
Sometimes I'm in here.
Yeah, that's the best way to get a hold of them. So hopefully that was helpful. And you can do the same thing. Like you can create a custom page for your online offers as well, if you have access to that. So you can really create custom pages to anywhere you want to direct people to. You know, other resources that if they're hosted online, you can literally send them wherever you'd like by creating custom pages. And you can create custom pages. If you saw in there was a whole dialog box that is a editor. So you can, you know, post content on there. If you had a story or even a video that you wanted to feature on there, you could do that. So yeah, a lot of different ideas to customize your web functionality on the website for users. So yeah, I would definitely leverage that to drive people to other sites that you want to feature or have access to. So hopefully that was helpful. Who else has a question?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing now.
I think we got one in the chat from John.
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a question about the drip campaigns, really. I don't really understand exactly even what they are, or even how they work, to be honest with you.
Sure.
So you mind if we can go over that? Because I had my mentor tell me a lot about it on the about KVcore being real powerful for that. So
sure. Yeah, so if you go in here where it says all marketing, your smart campaigns, essentially what these are is they're automations that run as soon as they're triggered to start or you start them. And the automations can be really anything you want, from sending an email, sending a property alert, sending a text message, scheduling a task for you to make a phone call to them. So really it's automations that happen with the system. And if you look in here in the KVcore library, there's already how many? There's 27 drip campaigns that are already created for you in the system by default. So here's where you can look at them. This one's designed for a property boost. Here's kind of what this description is. Here's when it would start, when a new lead comes in. And then there's 3 tasks or 3 touch points you can see here. So as you go through, you can kind of look at these 27 touch points, 5 touch points. So what I would recommend doing is going in here and grabbing one of these, just the default seller and the default buyer, new lead, or, you know, here's a client seller, client renter, client buyer. You may want to look at those and just see what's, you know, the most congruent with what you would like, and then just look at them. So we're going to do here, like, here's 2 that I would add to your system: a conversion default seller, a conversion default buyer. And when you click on it, you're going to see what the automations are. So on day 1, they're going to send a text. And if you want to see what that text is, you just hit the preview button. So it says, you know, hey, first name, forgot to ask. And then the content is, I wanted to ask the other day, after you visited our real estate website, are you actively shopping for a specific type of property or looking for something particular? That text message is going to go out on day 1. On day 3, this is going to go out, and you can see here, it's going to send an email because it's an email method. So on day 3, it's going to send this email on your behalf. And the subjects, do you own locally? Hi, and if you own a property in the area, we have a tool that you'll quickly tell you what it might sell for in today's market. And it has your domain for your sell page, which is this domain here. So that's what they're going to get in an email. So then on day 5, they're going to get another email. You can read through it here. Day 25, they're going to get another email, and day 50 and day 100. So they're going to get initial text, and then they're going to get emails. Now you can update this campaign. You can change it. You can change the delivery. I wouldn't recommend changing it all until you design how you want to communicate with people as they come into KVcore. Reason being is these are default campaigns from KVcore, and they've done a ton of testing on what's effective with all their agents. So they've designed these drip campaigns based on, best practices. So I don't know that I would do too much editing to them, but the beauty is you can create your own, you can customize these, you can add different ones in there. You could add in more text messages if you wanted to. You could add in a reminder to call this individual. All kinds of things you can do with that. So that's kind of an overview of the smart campaigns. Was that, what other kind of questions can I answer for you in regards to that?
Is there a way that we can kind of customize the emails to tailor it more to us, really, like having our own little signature?
100%. So one of the easiest things you can do is if you're in here, you just hit this clone campaign button, and then you would set it if you wanted it to have a start trigger where you can select when the lead is new, when a hashtag is added. A lot of times if I'm editing stuff, I will hit do not have a start trigger, because what I can do is automatically start that manually when a lead comes in. And I can make that a manual process that I'm following up, via phone. And then at the same time, I'm updating that contact record and I'm adding a campaign to it. So if you don't want to start trigger, you can click that and it'll just manually, you can assign it manually to a contact, or you can select, when the lead is new from a particular source, say you're running Facebook, if it came in from Facebook and the lead is new, it's going to auto start that this campaign. So that's how to start the automation. But I'm just going to select do not and then hit next. Who's the campaign designed for? This is a conversion default buyer. So I'm going to hit do not have a start trigger. I'm going to hit it's for a buyer, hit next. Nope. And then I want to select always run, because that means it's available to run. Hit next, and then it'll just review that, and then you hit finish. Now I have a clone. You can see it says copy up here. Now I can tailor these to, if I want to change any of the text. One thing you got to remember though is you can't edit the campaign in the campaign settings. You have to edit from the templates section. So what I want to do is I want to make note of this conversion default buyer. And then I want to make note of this initial text. So what I do is you can copy and paste that into a Word doc. I mean, you could literally take this, and I use Google Drive a lot. So I'll just create a doc just so I can remember easily and copy and paste. So I'm going to paste what the campaign name is. We'll go back here. And then I'm going to say day 1 initial text. I'm going to highlight and copy that. And now when I go back here to all campaigns, I'm going to go to templates now. So the campaign is where all the templates are housed, and it gives it the time frame on which they'll be delivered. The templates are actually where you make the edits. So that was a text message, and I'm going to search for the day one initial text. So we're going to go up here. Day one initial text. Now, if you're not finding it, you may have to search a little bit for it. I'm going to say conversion buyer. Oh. Huh, why is it not finding that? Let's do conversion default.
You spelled conversion with the K.
Yeah, it's spelled with K.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, this is conversion default buyer.
Oh.
Let's see, why won't it find that? It should find that. Let's just hit A1. Okay, here we go. So if it's kind of, I will have to admit the way that they edit it is a little clunky, but this is how, unfortunately, the system works. So we're going to have to find that one in here. And there's really 1 of 18 text strip. So here's, and I'll shoot a quick video on how to do this better, but here's where you would edit that. This is where you can edit the content of that. But I'm not sure why I'm not finding that. Hang on, let's go to another template here. Try one of the things. What was that?
I think the name for that item is different. I think they name it initial text.
Initial text? Yeah, I'm going to look at the campaign again. KVcore. So we did conversion default. And that one's different now. Conversion buyer. So let me find a text message in. Oh, these are all emails. Let me go back to that. See, I want to, did that get added to my conversion? Yeah, I will have to say the way to edit these is a little clunky, but once you get used to it, you will figure it out. It's not really that difficult. It's just, okay, so here's the copy that I made. Initial text message. Okay, so here's where you get that name. You're absolutely right, Sue. So now let's go back. Templates. Let's see if I can find that. Here it is. Initial text. Yeah, it's this one, this copy one. So all I'm going to do is hit there, and I don't want to clone it. That's where you would edit that in there. So let's just start off. Let's just start this again. So John, if you wanted to copy a campaign, you would just clone it, and then you would make the edits. So I'm going to go back here to the library. I'm going to add this campaign, this property boost one, to the Facebook ads campaign. I'm going to clone it. It's designed for all. Always run. And finish. So here is the preview. So this is the name of the text message. It should be. Let's go back here to templates, hit search. Did I copy that right? I don't think I did. Where are you? Yeah, this just takes some time and practice. So here's the copied campaign and preview. Here's the name. Yep, I did copy it right. So this should be in here. Oh, not my campaigns, and the templates, text message. Man, I think this is functioning properly today. I'm going to do some further research on this, and I'll shoot a video, or we can go over it next week on customizing the templates, because something's not in here functioning properly. And it may, because I've had another tech glitch in my system with some calls that are supposed to be automated. So let me figure that out, but I'll shoot a video and send it to you guys, or I'll post it on the link for the replays. But yeah, this should be functioning a little better to find those. And again, not the easiest task. It's just a bit tedious because you have to edit in the template, not the campaign, unless you want to change the time of deliverability. So John, I will definitely get a video shot for you on how to make that an easier process. So I feel like I'm confusing you guys rather than helping you in this circumstance. What other questions about the
I don't have a
automation?
question, but I had a quick, just to note that when I did the add the URL for the I had to go in there on the back end of my website in KVcore to click on the custom something. I didn't have that on. So once I clicked that on, and then I went back to the website, it was there.
Yep. So what you're talking about, I believe, is if you go to custom pages, you had to toggle this on, right?
That was already toggled on. It was something else that was somewhere else I had to go and toggle. I want to say it was under, I went under, what I think it's website manager, the actual thing, and scroll down. So it was somewhere, was it there? It was something I had to turn on because it wasn't, I didn't allow for custom.
Got it. So it was just one of your settings. Was it here in edit settings, maybe?
Yes, it was that right there. Use for with custom area. I didn't have that on. That was off.
This was off here.
Yeah.
Got it.
So once I turned that on, it popped up.
Perfect. So yeah, good to know. That's back in, if you're in the website and you go there. So in your website manager, you go into edit settings. This needs to be toggled on right here. Cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's good to know. What other questions do we have about the automations, the smart campaigns? By the way, if you really want to do a deep dive on that, let me show you where to do that. So if you move this share, if you go over here in the bottom left where it says support docs, and you're going to go, I want to go, sorry, I need to shrink my screen to get to the bottom a little bit. Support and training, actually. You're going to go to support docs. And if you scroll up where it says search all articles, and you're just going to type in smart campaign. Sorry, guys, if you hear my little beast barking in the background. I need to spell it right. but here's a complete guide to how to use smart campaigns. Here's how to access it. And these are all videos, how to copy and clone, creating and editing campaigns. So here's literally a step-by-step guide on the complete way to not only copy, but edit. And so give you a very thorough understanding if you want to take a deep dive into that. But like I said, I will create a short video for you guys as well. But that's a great thing if you want to really get in deep on smart campaigns. This is where to go. And again, these are all give you kind of a short videos on how to edit that. But John, was there something you were looking to accomplish with the smart campaign specifically?
Just looking for, trying to figure out a better follow-up system, something more automated, really.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely start with those default campaigns. And again, even though they might not be as congruent as you would like them to be for your business, and as far as communicating, they have done massive amounts of testing, and so they know what gets results. So that's really where I would start before, implement and, let them run before you and duplicate it before you innovate, and create new things, because they will certainly work. So that'd be the path of getting things done rather than, putting it off until they're perfect. I would say done is better than perfect always. So that's kind of where I would start.
And I just wanted to ask one last just quick question. Is there a way to access the dialer from the desktop rather than just the phone?
So you can dial out on the, any contact you can dial. It's just going to be a little longer connection because the system's actually going to call your phone and then connect you to that. So yeah, if you're into a contact and any contact where you're at. Now, thing to note, if you're calling from the web, the app, then it's going to dial out with your own number. If you're calling from the system on your desktop or laptop, it's going to use the smart number to call out. So if I want to do that, all I need to do is hit new call now. And you're going to see here, I'm getting a phone call from this number. If I pick it up, it's going to connect me to Brian. But it's calling out on his caller ID. It's going to show this number right here, this 714 number, because that's my smart number. Rather than if I dial on the mobile dialer, it'll actually dial out and the caller ID will show my personal cell phone number. So that's the difference. So yeah, you can call out from the system, but it's not a dialer where you can run through a list like you can on the mobile dialer. That functionality only exists on the mobile app. All
right. And is there a way to kind of get, like with other dialers, you kind of get a summary of the person that's calling you if they decide to call you back? Is that come at all with KVcore?
So yeah, there will be something burned into the timeline here that they've called into you, as long as they're a lead in your system. Now, if they're not a lead in your system and they call that back, then it would go in a round robin rotation unless you pay for your own smart number, which is, I believe, $27 a month. Because this smart number that everybody is assigned is a group smart number unless you pay for your own personal one.
Okay.
So, but if they're leading your system, then it'll come to you and not somebody else. So yeah, it'll burn into their timeline that they made a call into you.
All right.
So yeah, those are some ways. If you want to set up lists and you want to, dial by hashtag and really have the functionality like a traditional dialer, the mobile dialer is the best way to go for sure. And what I usually do is I'll utilize the mobile dialer while I'm sitting at my desk, and then I'll have those leads open so I can do the updating and everything on my desktop while I'm calling through, because that just seems to work easier for me. But that's kind of the way it works.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. You bet. Who else has a question?
James, how do I receive your recording and the files? It seems like I never received.
So there's no call recording, but it will tell you that they called in. So it won't record a call for you.
Oh, no. I mean the recording for today.
For today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a playlist, and I'll email it to you. I'll email you the playlist because it's just a playlist on YouTube. And I can send that to you. Here, let me see.
Can you send that to me too also?
Sure. Let me see if I can go grab it real quick, and then I'll just put it in the chat. YouTube.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So what other questions while I'm grabbing that does people have? Let's see my channel. There it is.
I have another question. So once we clone the KVcore campaign to our own use, if later on we figure out it's not that good, can we remove it or delete it?
Yeah, you can go in there and edit it. You can delete it. You can do anything you want with it. Once you have that, you can even clone it again and then create a new edit if you wanted to do that.
Can you show us how to remove it from our own?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here is the, where's the chat? There it is. Here's the link to the playlist on YouTube for all the recordings. So yeah, when you're in the Smart Campaign and you're in here, if they're in your campaigns, they would, if you're in your campaigns, all you need to do is you could just turn it on and off that way, or you could go here and just hit remove campaign right here and delete the entire campaign.
Can you share your screen, please?
Oh, sorry. Yep, that would be helpful. Hang on. Okay, so let me go back in here. So if you're in your campaigns, like what I usually do is I'll just turn them on or off. You can see there's a toggle here. But when you're in the campaign itself, you can literally, if you want to, you could remove the campaign here, or you can just toggle it on and off. So if you didn't want it on, you could just turn it off, or you can remove the campaign right here and it'll remove it entirely. So yeah, however you want. For me, if I'm not operating one, I typically won't just delete it because I can edit it, but I'll have it turned off if I'm not going to utilize it for a while, and then I can just turn it back on. So that way you can, because I have 51 campaigns in my campaign library.
Yeah, I have too many.
Yeah, you could just
hard to find.
Yeah, you could just go in and remove the ones you don't want, or you can again just turn them off. They'll still be there, but they won't be like if you go into one of your leads, for instance. So I'm going to go into one of my contacts, and so if the campaign is not active, it won't appear as an option to assign it to a lead. So I'm going to show you right now as soon as this thing loads up. Come on, KVcore. So if I'm in a lead here and I wanted to add a campaign, if that campaign is not running, if it's not active, it won't show up in here.
Oh, okay.
So you don't necessarily have to delete it. You can just turn it off and it won't show up as a possibility of something you can assign to a contact.
Okay.
So it's up to you. It's kind of how your preference, if you want to delete it entirely, or if you want to, copy, just delete it entirely or just turn it off. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. All right, guys, we got about 9 minutes left. What can we wrap up with?
For you.
Sure.
So if I wanted to add a campaign, create my own campaign, like for probates,
okay.
What is the KVcore doesn't have something, that's something you have to create outside of that, correct?
So yeah, you could take one of their templates and clone it and create it out of that and make edits to that, or you could simply create your own. It's really just a matter of fixing or figuring out your sequence, like when you want to deliver, what content you're going to deliver, if you want it to be as a text message or as an email. And then all you're going to do is go into the Smart Campaign and you're going to create the templates first. So if you wanted an email, you're going to click add template, hit email template. You're going to name the template name. That's how you're going to find it again. And then the subject is obviously the subject of that email. And then you'd simply write the email here, the email content, and you can include your signature line if you want, that's in your profile, which I would recommend. And then you're going to simply add template. And then once all of those templates are created, whether they be text message or email, then you would put those in a campaign. So that's why it's important to note the name of the template, because then you're going to go here once the templates are created, and you're going to go to campaigns and you're going to select add campaign. Now you're going to import all of those templates into a campaign. So again, I'll select it not having a start trigger. It's for a seller. And we're going to say probate test. And we'll just make that the description as well. I'm going to hit next, hit finish. Now I have this campaign. Let me find it, probate. So here's the campaign. Now I'm going to go into the campaign and I'm going to start adding those in. So if I wanted a text to go out first, I would type in, a name, and then I would find the template. And that's where you can find all these templates in here. And it will apply that. You decide if you wanted to run it immediately when you assign it, or you can select that to be off and you can select minutes, hours, or days. So once you assign this, if I wanted to go out in 30 minutes, I'm going to select 30. I'm going to hit add. So that template is going to get added into there. And now I have my first action, but you got to create your templates first. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, and then you just go back up here and you'd create that. So now say your next template was an email, and I'm going to just write test again. I'm going to pick this as just as an example, and I want it to go out on day 2. So I'm going to select day 2, hit add. Now it's added the second part of the campaign. And you could do that again. So next, then maybe I'm going to send another email, test 2, and I'm going to hit test 2. Oh, let's just pick an email in there, and then say I want it to go out on day 5, and then I could hit add, and then say I had another template that I wanted to text message, test text. Doing template here. Say I wanted it to go out on, 30 minutes later. You can select that. So it's what's going to happen is the time will be from the previous time that something was set. So I could select 30 minutes and hit add. Now that's going to go out 30 minutes after that email went out. Does that make sense? How to build that out, Rosa?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So yeah, and then I've created that. So if I don't like it, I can just simply hit remove campaign. Yes. And that campaign is now removed out of my campaigns. You can see it's not finding that probate in there. So, yep, you just need to get your content. What I would recommend is, label the title, if it's a text or an email, or even if it's a phone call, because you can add in to the campaigns. You can add in even to existing campaigns. If I want to add an action, here's all the actions you can add in. Email task, a task is going to be, it's tasking you. So say on day 10 of a probate lead, you wanted to assign you a task to call this person or to review the MLS status or to do a market analysis on it, that's where you can add a task and you can create that task in here. You can create a template for it. If you wanted to have maybe a script or something in there to make a phone call, you could add that as a task with a script in there. You can add certain tags. So for instance, like if you were ending a campaign and you wanted it to start another one, you could have a campaign that's starting with a particular tag and have the end of this one add that tag so it automatically auto starts a new campaign. Now we're kind of getting in some more advanced tactics, but that's really what the example of that. Remove tags would be the certain, the same thing. If the tag was removed at a stage, it would maybe remove that drip sequence. You can change the status, meaning you're changing them from active lead to or new lead to active lead. A webhook is you're sending them to something on a web. Zapier is obviously the integration there with Zapier, and then a voicemail if you're paying for the voicemail drop. So many different action steps you can take to those in there as you're creating those. So, all right, we got a couple few minutes. You got one last question before we wrap for the day? No, everyone's good. You guys were able to get that that YouTube link?
Yes, thank
playlist?
you.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have to update. I haven't had a chance to upload the last week's video, but it'll get taken care of here shortly. And then I'll get today's video uploaded as well. So come with questions. Anything you guys want to focus on for next week? Anybody have any suggestions? Otherwise, I'll have some content ready, but
oh, you was gonna show us how the oh, you was saying about the cloning when we was trying to do that one, I guess, for next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot a quick video for you. I'm gonna go in and make sure everything's operating correctly, and then kind of set up a process. I haven't edited a drip campaign in some time, so because I set up all mine, a while back, and they're all kind of set it and forget it. But yeah, I'll definitely shoot a video for you guys on the best way to get those edited in there and cloned so you guys can create your own. So we will definitely do that, and we can dive into that next week as well. So
I want to know how you market to the new home builder market. If you have time to show us how to do that.
Okay, we can definitely look at that next week. For there's kind of a lot of strategy. Do you have a strategy now that you're utilizing KVcore, or you're looking for a complete strategy?
I'm looking for a complete strategy.
And who are you marketing to? People that have interest in purchasing the homes, or the actual builders?
Builders.
The builders. And what is your value proposition to the builder? Why do you want to market to them? With what message?
I don't know yet, but last time you mentioned something sounds interesting. So
okay. Yeah, I'm not 100%.
But I have a way to find a builder, so I'm thinking that that could be a good marketing niche for me. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is, what is your value proposition to the builders and why they would want to engage with you, and what you could bring to the table for them and how you could assist them. If that's something that you have, we certainly can leverage some of the tools in KVcore to reach out to them. So yeah, let me think about that. Let me wrap my head around that one. That's kind of a pretty deep question, because there's a lot to it. So thank you.
With that, you guys have a great rest of your day. It's noon o'clock, so I want to be courteous of your time. And I'll get these the last week and this week uploaded into that playlist. And you guys have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you, James. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.